Hello, welcome to episode 46 of the Fisher Fitness Coaching Podcast. As always, I appreciate you listening and tuning in. That's sort of it with the intro. Hope you are finding them useful. Always appreciate a comment or a share, some feedback. Yeah, anything like that is very, very useful. Anyway, so today I'm going to chat about training splits, so workout splits. What is the best? Which one is the best for building muscle, for getting the best results? This came about because I did a poll on Instagram. Obviously, there's always a poll. And I just sort of asked my followers, you guys, I suppose, what do you think is the best training split for building muscle? And the options were full body, upper lower, push pull legs, body part split. That's it. So there was 4 main training splits, and the results were fairly even, I suppose. There was a few more votes on the push-pull legs. Not sure why that was. I think push-pull legs for some people seems to be the most advanced training split. And the other side of that, full body, was the one with the least votes. And I think, again, that comes across as a training split or a workout split for those who are beginners, which sort of isn't really true. It's not true or false, really. It's just, it is what it is. So, yeah, it was interesting to sort of to hear your thoughts or get some feedback from you guys. So, yeah, I just thought I'd do a podcast on it because I think there is some confusion with training splits, what one to do, which one is the best, what one is best for me, why is that the best for me, all that stuff. So training split is essentially a training program, or it's a way to split exercises into a specific workout plan. So full body is obviously a full body split. You work out every major muscle group in the body in one program or in one workout. Upper lower, it does what it says. One workout you do upper body, another workout on a different day you do lower body. Push pull legs, again, it's very self-explanatory. One session you do a push workout, so any exercises which involve pushing. Pull, obviously pulling exercises, and legs, so you split that into 3 basically. And these training splits are the most basic. There are loads of other ones you can do, and it doesn't, this is the thing, it doesn't really matter what you do. It doesn't matter. You can chop and change. You can do, in a week, you can do a full body with an upper lower. You can do a push pull full body. You can do a upper one day, pull the next day, lower the next day. So it doesn't really matter. This is the whole point of the podcast. It doesn't really matter what you do, and I'll go into why that is in a bit. So what else do we have? I've gone through full body, upper lower, push pull legs, and body part split. Body part split is the sort of bro split that people talk about. So it's very, very old school. Not saying that it's old, it's out of date. I'm just saying it was used by, all the old school bodybuilders back in the day. So one day you do chest, other day you do back, the next day you do shoulders, and then legs and arms, for example. And it gets great results. So again, I think people are attracted to that body part split or to that training split because bodybuilders do or used to use it. and they got great results from that training split. But what you need to take into account is that the bodybuilders that you probably saw use that split were using a shitload of steroids to help them achieve that level of muscle growth. So it's not necessarily the training split, it's everything else, it's probably the drugs more than anything. But yeah, that training split is very popular with bros, with guys who want to get bigger, want to build muscle, because they assume, or they relate that body part split, or that training split, to having big muscles, to bodybuilding big guys. So yeah, when it comes down to what is the best training split, basically it doesn't really matter. The best training split is the one that you enjoy doing, is the one that you're going to be consistent at. Because at the end of the day, building muscle, getting results is down to consistency. You can have the best, most researched training split, but if you're not consistent at doing it, if you don't enjoy doing it, if you don't like doing it, if it doesn't work for you, then you're not going to get the results. It's the same thing with, it massively depends on your time constraints. How many times can you get to the gym realistically every single week, consistently? If you are a single dad with 2 kids, busy job, then me giving you a body part split, meaning you have to go to the gym 5-6 times a week, every single week, to get the work done, it's very unlikely you're going to be able to do it. So someone like that would be better off doing a full body, because it requires less times, or less sessions in the gym. It means less overall time needed to be put into training, and you get and you get a lot more done in sort of one session in terms of the amount of muscle groups you are training. So first of all, the most important thing, I think, is whatever works best for you. And when I say whatever works best for you, I don't just mean whatever you enjoy, but a massive factor will be how many times can you get to the gym every single week? What's your lifestyle like? What's your job like? Have you got kids? Have you got time to go to the gym 3, 4, 5 times a week? That's the most important thing. How long have you got in the gym? How much time do you have to put into training week in, week out? When it comes to muscle growth, it's all down to overall volume, overall the amount of sets you get done in a week. So let's say you can get to the gym twice a week. A push-pull legs, for example, wouldn't work for you. A body part split wouldn't work for you, because you need to get to the gym at least 3 times to do a push-pull legs, and at least 5 times to do a body part split, unless you couple up some muscle groups into one session, which could be an option. If you were able to get to the gym 3-4 times a week, then maybe a full body or an upper lower would be best for you. If you didn't enjoy doing an upper lower, then stick to a full body. If you didn't like doing a full body, then stick to an upper lower. You could even do a full body session one day and then a lower body the second day, depending on what areas of the body you want to work most. If you're more focused on legs, then obviously you would want to do more sets working the lower body. So yeah, massively depends on how many times you can get to the gym and how many times you can get to the gym consistently. The most important thing would be, I think, what you enjoy doing. If you enjoy doing it, you're going to do it consistently. If you do it consistently, you're going to get the best results. To get muscle growth, to achieve muscle growth, it all comes down to overall volume. Okay, so, and you only need around 3 to 6, believe it or not, 3 to 6 hard working sets per muscle group per week to achieve meaningful muscle growth. With this new information, which is fairly new, recent studies and all that, it means that you can literally do any body part split or any training split you want, as long as weekly volume is the same, and as long as the intensity of the working sets are high. So as long as each working set is done close to failure, you're progressing gradually in the gym. You're getting stronger. You're building up the reps. You're adding load, and as long as total volume is the same. So as long as you're getting around, let's say, 3 is very, very low, but as long as you're getting around, let's say 6 to 8 or 6 to 10 working sets on each muscle group each week, then honestly, it doesn't matter what training split you do. It all comes down to personal preference at the end of the day. I guess this is what I was waffling on about earlier. The main point is it comes down to personal preference. For you to get the best results, you need to enjoy what you're doing, enjoy the training split, enjoy the exercises. When I say enjoy, it's a loose term, but get on with them. If exercises are causing you discomfort, or you just can't do them correctly, or it just doesn't feel right, then you're not going to do them. So it's about choosing the exercises which work the particular muscle groups, choosing exercises you actually can get on with doing, but consistently. So to summarize, it doesn't honestly matter what training split you do, as long as you enjoy doing it, as long as you can keep consistent at it, and as long as you are progressing gradually, so you're adding load, you're building up the reps, you are in some way progressing in the gym gradually, then you're going to get results. If you enjoy doing body part split, do body part split. If you enjoy doing upper lower, do upper lower. If you enjoy doing full body, do full body, because at the end of the day, if you enjoy doing it, then you're going to do it consistently. If you are consistent, then that's what's going to get you the results. Just remember that it's all about total volume. So let's say you want to get 8 or 10 sets done in a week, each muscle group. It's about splitting it up in your week. If you can get to the gym twice a week, then you would need to do 5 working sets on each muscle group, each workout. If you can get to the gym 3 times a week, then you should split up the volume, so you're getting 3 to 4 sets done on each muscle group. Do you know what I mean? So if you want to get to the gym 6 times a week, then you can literally do 2 sets on each muscle group in each workout. It depends on how many times you can realistically get to the gym for consistently. That's what it comes down to. And as long as you are taking each working set close to failure, you are progressing, you are keeping it consistent, who cares what training split you do? It doesn't really matter what your goal is, because everyone's goal should be to either get stronger and or build muscle in the gym. It doesn't matter what phase you're in, whether it's a fat loss phase or a building phase. All you would do then is you would keep the training split the same, but you would just adjust the volume to cope with sort of recovery demands and to cope with the amount of calories you're consuming. So it's not a case of changing the training split. It's just a case of changing the amount of volume you're doing in each session. There's no better or worse one, but there is potentially a better one for you and your lifestyle and what's going to work best for you as an individual. building muscle all comes down to consistency. You can have the best training split, suited around you, your lifestyle, and your preferences, but if you're not consistent at it, you won't get the results. You could have the best technique. You could lift weights literally perfectly, but if you're not consistent at lifting weights perfectly, or lifting weights at all, or going to the gym consistently training, you're not going to get the results. So consistency comes first, and then it's a case of knowing how many times you can realistically get to the gym for consistently, and then it's like reverse engineering, and then it's about taking the total amount of volume, or the amount of sets you can do on each muscle group, splitting them evenly across how many workouts you can do in a week. Again, another example, if you can only get to the gym once a week, then you would do a full body, but each of the main muscle groups, you would have to do probably 4 or 5 very hard, close to failure sets to get enough volume and enough effective reps out to elicit muscle growth. On the other side of the spectrum, if you can get to the gym 7 times a week, if you want to go to the gym 7 times a week, you can, but you would have to do a lot less volume or a lot less working sets in each of those sessions on each muscle group. So you could do literally 2 or 3 working sets on each muscle group if you go to the gym seven times a week. If you wanted to, you could literally do 7 full body workouts a week, as long as, obviously you'd have to adjust the volume and adjust the amount of sets you do on each workout. But if you want to do that, if you enjoy doing that, then do it. I do an upper lower just because that's what I prefer to do. I feel good after doing an upper lower. I feel like if I walk out of the gym after doing an upper body workout, I feel good. I feel like I've worked a lot of my body, and that's what I like doing. I like the feeling of working a lot of my body. So I swap from from upper lower to full body. So every sort of 6 months I do an upper lower, and I'll probably go back to a full body and just do 3 sessions a week because I enjoy it. That is what works best for me. That's my preference. I don't enjoy doing a body part split because I find it boring. The thought of going into the gym and doing a chest day doesn't appeal to me at all. And also, just to touch on that, this is what and this is probably the only downside of doing a body part split. If you were to go into the gym on chest day, let's say Monday, because it's chest day, it always is, you're going to do 4 exercises on your chest. Each of those exercises you're going to do about 4 sets. That's 16 sets altogether. Now, the likeliness of you doing 16 stimulative hard sets on your chest is very, very unlikely. The first 4 sets you're going to do on that chest session is probably going to be a bench press, right? A flat bench press. You're going to have lots of energy. You're going to do 4 pretty hard sets, which is cool. After the 5th or 6th set of that workout, your chest, triceps, and front of your shoulders are going to be pretty fatigued. So all the other sets you're going to do on whatever exercises you choose are not going to be very stimulative. You're going to be fatigued. The chest are going to be fatigued. So you're literally doing 5, 6, 7 of those sets as junk volume. It's almost a waste. So that's the only downside of doing body part split. You're probably only going to get the first 6 sets as being effective. The rest of them, it's just not going to happen. You're going to be knackered. So what I would prefer to do is split up those 4 chest exercises and do them on separate days. So it gives your chest enough time to recover. And instead of doing, 6, 5 or 6, if I'm being generous, effective sets, instead you're going to do 4 effective sets on the Monday, and then have a couple of days rest, 4 to 6 effective sets on Wednesday or Thursday, instead of doing the last 4 to 6 exercises on your chest on the same day and just not being effective because they're so tired. So that's one of the benefits of doing an upper lower or a full body or a push pull legs. You get to split up the overall sets and do them on different days when your body part or when your muscle group is recovered and you have enough energy to really put more work into that workout. The reason it works for some people, bodybuilders, is because they are on other supplements to help them recover a lot quicker and to help them, push through the whole workout without that muscle fatiguing. And obviously, yes, it does. Like, body part splits do work, obviously, but it's maybe not optimal, and you could probably, or most people could probably get better results by doing an upper lower or a push pull legs or even a full body, because it splits up the total amount of sets you're going to do in that workout, and you do it on separate days. So but at the end of the day, it comes down to what you want to do, how many times you can consistently train in the gym for, what you enjoy doing, essentially your personal preference. So I'll leave it there. Hope this helps. Hope this sort of cleared things up. And any questions on this, let me know, as per usual. Give it a share, please. Please. I'd appreciate it. Tell your friends. Leave a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Oh yeah, I'll be having got an exciting guest next week. So Ben Yanes is coming on, and we're going to chat probably about this actually, a bit more about this, just a bit more about muscle growth, the importance of technique, and exercise mechanics. Loads of other stuff about muscle growth, how to build muscle effectively and safely, amongst other things. I've got a few questions for him, so that'll be fun. So anyway, that's next week, and yeah, that's it for me. So see you later. Have a good day.